This is a tarot card reading for the zodiac sign Taurus for the month November 2021. I wasn't there for a while. I had so many things to do after the lockdown again, and I'm happy to do your reading again today for you. This reading will be, I will start with the past, and then I will talk about the present, and then I will talk about the future. Please keep in mind this can't resonate with everybody. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. So let's start with this reading. In the past, you have the star, and I think that you have been maybe taking care of somebody, or maybe you have been giving a lot of attention to something, and maybe you forgot yourself a bit in the process. I can see that throughout this reading that there's a lot about having lost energy, or giving the energy to the wrong places, or you had to leave a situation, I think, in the past, and you had to do that because you were too involved in it. Now I can see also some anger in this, so I'm not sure if something worse happened to you. I guess that for everybody it's a different situation, but you had to leave a situation behind to get more to yourself. Also, I think for some of you there was also some fear. I think maybe because you have the Emperor as well, and it lays next to the reversed World card, that for some of you there was a fear about what was going on in the world, but also a fear of authorities maybe. So that made you maybe move to another place or have to leave, like a turbulent situation. Now I have the overall energy card here. Let's see what for the past situation. You have the Nine of Wands. That's the overall energy for the past. It says undecided, need to take a step out of the situation, then you will see more clearly. So, well, actually that is what I was saying here. You needed to get out of a situation. It has to do with this. So this is the Seven of Swords. This is like, it can be about somebody who has been lying or cheating, betraying. It lays next to the Queen of Wands reversed. So it can well be that it was at work, somebody didn't completely tell you the truth, or it was likely a woman who was very hard to deal with, somebody that maybe you felt that you had to go away from, or it was a situation where you couldn't get any more to do the things that you wanted to do because things were taken away from you. Maybe your freedom was taken away, or maybe somebody took control over the things that you used to do, and so you felt like robbed from your energy, or you felt like you couldn't do any more the things. That's definite. You felt like you couldn't do the things that you were used to do. Now it's getting back, because at present you have the Queen of Wands upright. This is the Queen of Wands, but it is reversed. So that's why I'm saying I think that you couldn't, for a while in the past, not long ago, you couldn't get to the person who you was before, and so you needed to think a lot about how you were going to move on with your life, and how you were going to get on top of things, and how you got back control of your life. I think it's also maybe a situation where you felt that other people took control. I think that is like, you couldn't agree with that. You couldn't agree with somebody or something that was happening around you, and it really frustrated you. You felt like, maybe betrayed by it, and it can be about the system, or it can be about something that you felt like you didn't have the right information about, or you felt like lied to, or you felt like for some of you it is really like backstabbed. It's like this is the Ten of Swords reversed. Some of you really got very depressed with this. Some of you got very ill. Now for everybody that's different, but what I can see is like, you didn't have the energy to do the things that you needed to do. You didn't have the same creativity that you used to have, and then you for some of you felt really depressed. Some of you had anxiety and strong fears. Now and there is a reaction that is like, you maybe were overthinking. The Knight of Swords is like, it can be like a very strong reaction, and maybe even aggressive reaction to this, a protest, or it can be like something really strong against your will, or something that you wanted and you couldn't do. And it is also about disagreements. So somebody felt lost because it lays next to the Five of Cups. So somebody felt like the whole world got upside down, or the whole world got disrupted, and the things that you were doing before couldn't be done. So, and then for some of you really took action just because they felt like they needed to do something to keep some kind of security in their lives. And so this is like, it needed some rest. You needed some rest that you couldn't take because maybe you didn't have the time to take the rest, or maybe it went in such a hurry. Something happened to you so quickly that you couldn't take the necessary steps. So now going to the present situation, I have the card. The overall energy is the Hanged Man, getting stronger in oneself after a lot of deliberating and delaying in your life. So maybe in the past, you had delays in the things that you wanted to do. You had to leave that situation. And now I can see, there is like, at present you feel like so many things you want to do. I think that you want to do too many things. So maybe you were also overthinking, and you were just doing things because you just had to do something. You really feel the need to create some security, some stability, something that makes you feel like, stronger again, and feel like the Emperor again. The World reversed is saying, you have so many options that maybe you have too many options. So you need to make up your mind of, what's the best thing for you to become the Emperor again. To become like strong, or even to deal with authorities, because this can be about authorities as well. This can be about situations that have been created in the past here, that have been forced upon you, or maybe things have happened to you definitely that you didn't want, and it took your energy. So you want to take back control again, and it is, I think it lays also next to the Two of Swords. So there are some things I think that you maybe have fear to face as well about this, and also about, maybe the fear is about making the right decision for yourself. I think that you do feel better, I think, because you are like considering things more, taking more rest with things, with how you want to move on with things, because you had to. I think it lays next to the Four of Swords. That's the card that you had taken the rest, and so this card has been turned around again, so that you can be you have your creativity back, you have your energy back, you can be more like, maybe if you had your own business or something like that, you can be a boss again. And yeah, you can restart things. Now, I don't think that it is going to be the same thing as you had before. And I think that is, yeah, I think that you really do need to get the strength to get better for yourself and to, yeah, be part of your surroundings. For some of you, I really feel that you took a distance. You feel different than you did before. Maybe some of you have been really very depressed and couldn't get out of that. And so now you're seeing things from a different perspective again. But it's still like you are maybe not having a very close feeling. Yeah, that sounds strange maybe to you, but you maybe don't feel so warm anymore as you did before, or close to people, or you feel like maybe a bit isolated still, and you maybe can do the things that you needed to do. Maybe you get the things back that you, maybe you get your strength back, or get your, yeah, some kind of ideas back. But you still feel like, yeah, maybe there is some kind of, yeah, it's all ego, or it's all, yeah, fine, but you don't have the complete enthusiasm to do it with it. So you're still dealing with some kind of loss. You feel also regrets about something. Maybe it is about taking too quick action, maybe about getting too angry about situation in the past. Maybe you, yeah, you feel like you didn't take something diplomatically enough, or that you left too quickly because you felt like you had to maybe rescue yourself, or maybe you needed to get out of a situation because you were afraid that things would escalate. Maybe maybe there was really betrayal, and you feel really sorry about that. I think it has a lot to do with the stability, and for some of you it was also relationship, because there are two cups here still standing there. I don't think that you can see those cups at the moment. So the card with this is the Four of Wands. So it says, yeah, there is like, you have this big opportunity really, I think, to become very happy, to create stability again in your life. So at the moment, I think that is all what's happening to you with this Hanged Man energy. It's like, yeah, you take maybe a step back to look at things with a different perspective, more calmness. Maybe you have been ill and you come out of that, and now you are looking at things in a different way, and maybe also how to solve it. Now, I think for some of you it is making a decision between your emotions and something more. It can be about a divorce even, or maybe some of you are thinking about a divorce of something that in the past was maybe quite strong and solid, and or making a decision between the possessions and maybe a business and a relationship. But I can see that there are some kind of regrets about something that was in the past and isn't anymore at present, and to find a way of moving on with that. If you move on to the future, then the overall energy is the Five of Swords. Losses, but all is not lost, as you still have 3 swords remaining, giving you the upper hand. Okay, so I think that this is showing this kind of loss that you felt there is something that, yeah, maybe you regret having lost from the past, something that isn't the same anymore as it was before, something that you need to recover from. I can also see people talking actually at present. Maybe people are worried about you. Maybe people are talking about the decisions that you took. I think there is somebody who feels very responsible for the actions that they have taken in the past. Yeah, so there is, you have the Two of Swords. You have quite a lot of swords, so there's a lot of thinking in this. But you have the Two of Swords twice, and the Knight of Swords as well. And the Two of Swords in the near future, it's really about making this decision. It's, if you look at this, the two swords, they are one sword is the direction of the King of Cups, and the other is towards the Emperor. So it's really about a matter between heart and mind, or heart and soul, or how would you call it, or the decision between two things, and it's like not knowing which decision to take. I think that you have been really hurt in the past, and you are really afraid of opening your heart again. I don't see that is only based on a situation in a relationship, that it is based on love. It's also about the things that you love doing, or about making money, I think. I think that the decision is really about how you are going to feel with things. And if you can't go, like the Knight of Swords is pointing towards a reversed death card. So you can't keep fighting the demons of the past, if you know what I mean. But you can do it, but it's not going to help you. It's not going to make you move forward. So you know it. You know that if you stay angry, or if you try to attack something from the past, or try to get really rushed into something that happened in the past, it's not going to make things better, and maybe they are going to even be worse. You have the King of Cups, so it is there. There's help for you, there is love for you, there is understanding, I think, as well. This can well be from an older man, or from a parent, a father figure. It can also be that it is for you really about making a decision if you want to go there again, if you do want to love a person again, or even about yourself, love, caring about yourself. You also have the Emperors in the future. So it's also about spending energy and time on yourself. Instead of fighting something, there is still this conflict. So, the Knight of Swords in your near future as well. It's lays next to the Death card. So in the past you were maybe depressed, or maybe ill, or maybe you felt like something was taken away from you. Now you have the Emperor, so it can well be that there is some kind of the law, or the council, or something, an authority that you have to deal with. But what this is saying to you, the advice for your future, you have the Death card, it's reversed. It tells you to make that change. The Death card is always, it's like it doesn't need to be about a real death, but this is like a